This week on Ram TV, NASA is preparing to save the world.
The next 3 weeks, Santa Rocky is coming to town. I'm Audrey Pasillas.
I'm Rick Montivais, and this is Ram TV. NASA is unveiling its world-saving plan by hitting an asteroid. The new plan is called DART, which stands for Double Asteroid Redirection Test. A rocket took off from California carrying the golf cart-sized spacecraft on its mission to collide into the asteroid. It is the first time in human history that we will try out technology on redirecting an asteroid into a new orbit, which might save us later from an Armageddon, other known as a planet killer.
Welcome back, Rams. I hope y'all had a well-rested Thanksgiving break because we only have 3 weeks left in the semester. Can y'all believe that? It doesn't get any better than this.
Wow.
The dog with the butter dog got the butter on him. The dog with
Get it? Better than this? All right. Anyway, Mawa is celebrating the holidays by introducing Santa Rocky's coming to town. Join your Mawa community by participating in the dress-up days and activities.
5-year-old Victoria de la Cruz is diagnosed with arthrogryposis, which causes muscle tightness on her tendons and makes her muscles weak. Although Victoria cannot walk, she uses a wheelchair. Don't let her illness trick you though. She used to use an electric wheelchair to travel, but they couldn't pay for it anymore. Her parents started to research power wheelchairs, ones that Victoria would be able to move on her own without tiring out. When I grow up, I'm going to walk, and that aspiration came true.
Ram Student Council is organizing Motwood's Falalala Drive for the Solstice Senior Living Center. You can bake the world a better place by you get it?
Hitting on
you
these
get
jokes,
it?
Audrey. Get out of here.
Dude.
Just get out of here, please.
All right, anyway, starting now through December 9th, you can make the world a better place by donating items such as new scarves, mittens, socks, and beanies, and they will be all collected in D Building and in the Commons.
Lincoln Riley, who was the coach of the Oklahoma football team, is now going to be coaching on the USC Trojan football team. There was no speculation that Riley was going to move off his job from Oklahoma, not to even mention to be the new USC head coach. The Trojans have been a mediocre team even with their high stature. Maybe this coach staffing change can bring the Trojans back to the success that they used to have.
Calling all present and future Rams. Next Tuesday, December 7th from 5 to 7 p.m., Motwood High School is presenting the Best of MHS. This event will showcase Synergy, Rams Early College, AVID, CTE programs, fine arts, athletics, clubs, and organizations. Presentations will be held from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. in the new theater. Come by and see what makes Motwood, Motwood.
When you think of an 11-month-old baby, you think of, barely changing his diaper, barely even crawling. Well, that doesn't settle with Wayne Huge, who can't even walk, and she is doing snowboarding. She has to be the world's smallest rider when it comes to the Winter Olympics that will be coming up in Beijing in 2022.
This past Sunday, November 28th, the Greater El Paso Football Showcase held their annual draft selecting student athletes all across El Paso. Motwood will be represented by 3 All-Star seniors, Yama Oaxaca, Victor Villa, and Sam Valadez. The All-Star game will be December 18th at 1 p.m. at the SAC. Congratulations, boys, and good luck.
Audrey, how was your Thanksgiving break?
Dude, literally, it felt like winter break. Is that just me? Like, literally, it felt like winter break.
It was a little cold, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time with your family. Where'd you go?
You had a good time with my family?
Oh, no, I had a good time with my family. But it was alright. The Cowboys lost, which was a bummer, but I don't even want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. It's hard being a Cowboys fan.
Will we get the dub against the Saints?
I think we have, or maybe we haven't. I don't know.
See,
This was pre-recorded.
The game was yesterday. How much you want to bet?
I say we won. Alright.
Well, that's it for today, Rams. I'm Audrey Pasillas.
I'm Rick Montivais, and this was Ram TV.
Hello Rams, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Motwood Sports Minute. As always, I'm your host, Ruben Porras, and without further ado, we're going to get it started with some news about our UTEP football team. Our UTEP football team did not finish the season in the best way as they lost 3 in a row. They finished with a 7-5 overall record and are still eligible to play in a bowl game. UTEP has not won a bowl game since 1967, so we will soon find out if they can finally break that long losing streak. Next, there was a lot of free agent signings in the MLB this past week. The Rangers have been making big moves this offseason so far. First, they signed MVP runner-up Marcus Semien to a 7-year contract, and they also signed former World Series MVP Corey Seager for 10 years. Just between those two players, their contracts are worth $500 million. Newly crowned Cy Young Award winner Robbie Ray decided to sign a 5-year, $115 million contract with the Mariners. He had a league-low 2.84 ERA and was amazing the whole season. The Mets now have the best 1-2 rotation after landing Max Scherzer to a 3-year, $130 million contract. They now have Jacob deGrom and Mad Max, and recently signed Starling Marte, Mark Canha, and Eduardo Escobar, and they are looking like real contenders. And lastly, Lincoln Riley is now officially the head coach for USC. In what was a surprise to many, Riley announced Sunday that he will be coaching at USC. Nobody saw this move coming, as there are many speculations that he would move on and go with LSU. However, he denied them. Since the departure, Spencer Rattler, former QB1 for OU, announced that he will be entering the transfer portal. He was not the only one. Since Sunday, 3 other receivers have entered the transfer portal as well. Not only that, but many 5-star high school players who have committed to OU have recently decommitted, such as number 2 ranked QB in the country, Malachi Nelson. As for OU, Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury refused to deny any interest he had in coaching for Oklahoma. Well, that's all the news in this week's edition of the Mount Sports Minute. As always, I was your host, Ruben Porras, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe and take care, Rams.
I definitely think that all military students have something to offer because of their experiences and maybe stories that they've heard from their parents also. They bring something new to the table, something refreshing. We can turn around and make Montwood a better campus by listening and working with the military students by incorporating ideas that maybe we would have never come across because of their experiences in the past. So if a student has had a bad experience at another school, at another country, we get to also hear their input and we turn the negatives into positives so we know how to fix what might have been broken. If they, for example, dealt with bullying because they moved from town to town or city to city, and they tell us what we can do different, we definitely get it right on in, and we try to get the counseling involved, we try to get other students involved, but definitely try to make a change. That's the whole purpose of that, of having the ambassadors.
Hello, Montwood Rams. I know it's been tough after the COVID pandemic, and it's been a while since we've all been in school, and thankfully, things are starting to warm up. We haven't had the last winter fair since 2019, and I'm sure most of you are interested about it this upcoming December 3rd. So, my bestie and I are here at Mr. Warfield's classroom to ask the Synergy counselors for more info.
So the Winter Fair is a tradition that Synergy likes to help out with. An opportunity for us to come together as a community. You know, we have a lot of games, we have performances, we have vendors, so I mean, it's really a great time for people of not just Maui, but you know, of the area around us to come together and act kind of like a family, you know, during this Winter Fair time. It will be held in the gyms, in both gyms, and you know, the little hallway between there, we're gonna have concessions.
Because things are reopening again and things are a little bit awkward and strange, but I think a big sense of community will still be present here at Montwood for the Winter Fair. And we're gonna have our activities, of course, taking safety precautions. And I think that community is gonna get together and create that big family that we always have present. They can have their booths, as a matter of fact, outside organizations pay $25 and inside organizations pay $15 for any booth that they want. Yes, Synergy is organizing everything.
So Montwood Rams, don't forget to come by and support the Winter Fair this December 3rd at the gyms for some holiday fun and cheer.